Would have noticed on Twitter, man, Gervonta Tank Davis shot a little shutout. You was talking a little smack. What's the deal with that, man? What's going on?
Man, he's so sensitive. You always want to play the petty games. You know, like, you got something to say, just say it straightforward, you know. But, yeah, you know, whatever.
Twitter
you know how he be, so just some back and forth.
All right, well, look at...
For the first time since his release, Gervonta Davis has spoken out, but he used the opportunity to insult Curmel. He had been silent for several long weeks, during which a tragedy occurred. While many expected him to talk about what happened, Davis stayed quiet until now.
We just moving on faith, you know what I mean? Keeping it in God's hand. You know, people asking us about it, but we don't talk about it, you know. We keeping it in God's hand. I told you 2 weeks ago when you asked about it, was it, you know, messing with Tank doing? God got it, man, and that's all we know. God got it. Keep the faith, you know.
To get work.
Curmel was offended by Gervonta Davis's post and got even more upset when he realized he hadn't seen it sooner. Without holding back, he fired back at Davis for calling him a hype job, saying, "Why am I just finding out about this? Bro is a hoe. His sensitive bum knows damn well I'll put a belt on that boy." Unfortunately, by then, Gervonta Davis had already deleted all his social media accounts, including X and Instagram, so he didn't see Martin's response or reply to it. Meanwhile, regarding the serious setback Davis faced shortly before his release, his coach Kenny Ellis has stepped in to clear the air and address the rumors.
What are your thoughts on Curmel being a 14 pounds
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to do him crazy because he's like, you know, on the come up. So I don't want to, you know.
But big bro to little bro, you got to know him.
Yeah, you know. Stay, you know what I mean? I would wild out because he tried to do that with.
No journalist, interviewer, or professional could get Gervonta Davis to speak. Nothing seemed to work. But all it took was a few shots from Floyd Mayweather's protege, Curmel. A few days ago, Curmel posted a screenshot on his X page, formerly Twitter, that showed a message from Gervonta Davis. In the message, Davis predicted that Curmel would lose to another fighter, Zach Queen. He wrote, "Curmel, all hype. I got Zach winning. I feel like Zay is a real trench baby, something Big Cuzzo is trying to be. By the way, I've never seen Zay fight."
And it was a lot of people praying, man, and, you know, we get to see the face of boxing this year again, you know, and it's amazing, you know, because, because that 35 division, I feel like it needs Tank. You know, he needs to be in that division, or
man, you know, don't just.
In an interview, Gervonta Davis's coach, Kenny Ellis, explained that they were relying on faith during the difficult time. "We were just moving on faith, keeping it in God's hands," he said. "People were asking us about it, but we weren't going to talk. God got it, and that's all we know. Keep the faith." He mentioned that many people were praying, and now they're grateful to see Davis, often called the face of boxing, back this year. Ellis also added that it's especially important because he believes the 135-pound division needs Tank.
Guys like we mentioned earlier, like Shakur, Devin, and the way them guys. Who else, like, when you watch, when they got a fight sign and they got a fight coming, who gets you, like, excited to watch boxing?
Tank, for sure.
Tank?
I look forward to all Tank fights. Tank, the most exciting fighter to me, and the most fun to watch.
Why? What makes him the most exciting?
Cause I just like the way Tank fight, and also you never know with him. You watch him fight, you never know what punch you gonna land and put dude out. You know, he do exciting stuff in the ring.
Well, like too, he's a slow starter, right? So he gets
Interestingly, the same Curmel who once looked up to Tank is now going out of his way to point out how different they are, both inside and outside the ring. After everything that happened between Tank, Martin, and Floyd, it's clear there's no friendship left between them.
You are, a few fights into your career. Tank is well established. What do you think about him saying, you know, the comments he said, "You're not a trench baby, Zay is," and just talking about you at all at this point? What do you think that says about you?
I mean, it says a lot about me, you know. Shows that he's obviously threatened by me about something, you know. I stay on his mind. I don't know why, what's up with him, but, you know, end of the day, you know, Tank's a good fighter.
Curmel once described his sparring sessions with Gervonta Tank Davis by saying, The only thing he had me on was strength, but skill-wise and speed-wise, we went back and forth. Monton, who developed his skills at the famous Mayweather Boxing Club in Las Vegas under the close guidance of Floyd Mayweather, had the chance to witness greatness up close. He watched Floyd's intense training for the 2015 fight against Manny Pacquiao and sparred with top fighters like Shakur Stevenson, Tank Davis, Devin Haney, Richardson Hitchens, Kenneth Sims, and Olympic gold medalist Robeisy Ramirez.
What was it like when you sparred him? I know you sparred Tank early on.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Like, replay that experience for me. Like, you coming out of it, what was your thought?
Yeah, I was nervous at first. I think I was 15 at the time we sparred, so he wasn't really like trying to knock me out or nothing like that. But we was going like, he was using the speed on me. Like, we was both like going speed for speed, and it was great. It was like a chess match.
Did you understand in that moment like why he is who he is?
Curmel Monton stand out. He didn't hesitate. Hunger. Hunger. He wanted to be great. Over the years, Monton has sparred with many champions, even during his amateur days. Mayweather, who has been deeply involved in Monton's journey as both his promoter and mentor, has consistently praised his work ethic and talent. He's even said that, with the right opportunities, Monton could become the next Floyd Mayweather.
He is a big fight. Do you think Tank will retire before you can, because there is a small possibility. He's still at 35, so maybe you can catch him at 40 in 5 years, right? He's, what, 29? He'll be 29 November, or he's 29 now? One of the two, so he'll be 30. Technically, it'll be like him fighting Loma. Loma's 36. Or you don't even think about that?
I don't think about it. I'm not really focused on it. I'm focused on now, my upcoming fights, take one fight at a time, but who knows what the future holds.
While being compared to Floyd Mayweather is an honor, it's Gervonta "Tank" Davis, Mayweather's former protege, whom Curmel Monton is now being measured against, especially since both fight in the lightweight division. And Monton is ready to face those comparisons head-on. Since turning professional in 2023, the 18-year-old has been proving he's more than just hype. With a strong amateur background, he's making a fast impact in the pro scene. In his most recent fight, Monton went 8 rounds and earned a dominant win over 28-year-old Renny Viamonte on the undercard of Caleb Plant versus Jose Armando Resendez at the Michelob Ultra Arena in Las Vegas. During an interview with Fight Hype, he was asked directly about the growing comparisons to Gervonta Davis, with many now calling him Tank 2.0.
Great fighter, got a lot of skills, but as far as his personality, I don't really know, but end of the day, I'm gonna just keep working, doing me, and I don't really see what being a trench baby got to do with fighting skills at the end of the day.
Facts.
A lot of people, they like to glorify that, that makes you fight good. I thought this was skills, but at the end of the day, me and Zay Quinn gonna meet up eventually, and I'm gonna show the world.
Monton was clear about who he is as a fighter. I'm just me. I'm not Tank, not 2.0, or anybody else, he said calmly but firmly. He made it clear he's not trying to follow anyone's legacy. He's focused on building his own. I wouldn't say I really like the comparisons, but people are going to make them. I'm just going to keep making my own name each fight. When asked about how his style differs from Gervonta Davis, Monton was straightforward. I definitely throw a lot more punches. He's more patient and waits for a big shot. I kind of just press him sometimes. Yeah, that's probably the biggest difference.
Hard to say, it just depends on, which version of each of those guys we get that night, Shakur has had some shaky performances, but he's also had great performances. And then Tank, he's had a few, I won't say a few, but he's coming off a shaky performance. So, we'll see if he gets past Roach. And then if he does, then I feel like Shakur and Tank should have him. And I don't know who I'm rooting for that in that fight. I think I'll lean towards Shakur.
His clear way of speaking matches the precision he shows in the ring, which is why people are already starting to support him. Richard Schaefer, the former CEO of Golden Boy Promotions and now CEO of Mayweather Promotions, knows what it takes to guide top fighters. With over 25 years in the business, Schaefer has played an important role in shaping Curmel Monton's early career, especially while working closely with Floyd Mayweather. He's a generational talent and a tremendous young man, Schaefer said recently. He's got the speed, ring control, power, and when he senses an opening, he knows how to finish the job.
Talking to Richard Schaefer last week, he said you're a generational talent. What do you make of all the weight that's put behind you and all the expectations people have?
Just to live up to it, that's why I work in the gym so hard every day, and I make all the sacrifices I make just to live up to the name that I have to, and just what I wanted.
You turn 19 next week. What's the next?
Schaefer highlighted that Curmel Motten's instincts in the ring are rare, especially for someone so young. He's confident that if Motten, who is from Salt Lake City, stays focused, disciplined, and avoids outside distractions, his path to greatness is clear. I think he's going to become not only a world champion, but a superstar of the sport, Schaefer said. He also believes Motten, who turns 19 next week, could become a world champion by 2027. If a world title opportunity comes up in the next 24 months, I can definitely see him winning it, Schaefer added. He also mentioned, Floyd sees greatness. The Mayweather Gym in Las Vegas attracts top young talent, and Curmel is the crown jewel of the group.
Bro, I see people online calling you Tank 2.0 sometimes. I don't know if that's just because you light-skinned and, you with Floyd, but how do you feel about that when you hear that?
Yeah, I see the comparison, when we light-skinned, whatever they say we fight alike. But, I'm not Tank, I'm Curmel Moten, and you're going to see a lot of me.
Yeah. How did you feel, from, your amateurs, this being the first one? We got my man Floyd in the back. How did you feel in there, getting the first one off?
Yeah, it felt great. I'm ready for the pros. I'm ready.
Curmel Motten already has 8 wins at just 18 years old. The same age Gervonta Davis was when he turned pro. If Motten keeps winning at this speed, he could even surpass the legacy Davis has created. So, the big question is, does Curmel Motten have what it takes to become a world champion? What do you think? Over the years, Floyd Mayweather has been a key part of Motten's growth, guiding him every step of the way on his journey.
But, I think that is probably one of, the biggest goals, I would say, outside looking in, for boxers is to work with world champions, and, you get to work with one of the greatest of all time. So how has that experience for you been? And what is the biggest piece of advice that Floyd has given you for inside the ring and outside the ring?
Less than a year into his professional career, Curmel Motten has already made a strong impression in the boxing world. With an undefeated record of 5-0, he has shown both power and skill in the ring. Thanks to Floyd Mayweather's guidance and Motten's natural talent, the young boxer's future looks very promising. Mayweather shared his pride in being part of Motten's journey, saying, "I'm happy that I'm able to be a part of his life and help take him to the next level." As Motten continues to rise in the professional boxing scene, fans and experts are excited to see how far this promising star will go.
I'm two right now.
Do you like the comparisons to Tank, like you personally? Or do you feel like, no, I'm a different type of fighter. Like, I have my own things that set me apart.
Right. Not even just about me being a different type of fighter. I'm just me. I'm not Tank, I'm not 2.0 and nobody. I'm me. I'm Curmel. And so, I wouldn't say I really like the comparisons, but, people are going to make them. But I'm going to just keep making my own name each fight.
Curmel Motten is likely to appear on more popular fight cards in the future, especially with Floyd Mayweather's involvement in the booming YouTube boxing scene. However, Gervonta Davis made sure Motten couldn't fight on the undercard of Davis's June 15th event at the MGM Grand Arena. That event, co-headlined by David Benz and Alexander Gvastik's lightweight Amazon clash, is the second PBC Prime feature of the year. Interestingly, Motten had his third professional fight on March 30th at the first show under the new partnership between Al Heyman's promotions and the paid subscription service. This all came to light after Motten shared a collage of photos with his fans showing him training with Floyd Mayweather Jr. at the gym.
Tank, David Benavidez, the rematch with Ryu and De Los Santos. I mean, is that something that you want?
Yeah, definitely. That's a huge card, and I love to be a part of it. I love to be a part of all the big PBC cards.
Yeah, I like that. Good answer. I see you.
Another photo showed the undefeated former world champion helping Motten put on his gloves. Curmel Motten looked clearly happy and grateful for the support and guidance from one of boxing's greatest. He wrote, best team in boxing. But soon after, Gervonta Davis, the World Boxing Association lightweight champion, responded by saying, "Yo, idiot won't be on the June 15th card either." Many people might wonder why Gervonta Davis said that. It seems Curmel had shared some news about his next fight. Moughton said, "Unfortunately, I will not be fighting next weekend on the 4th. I appreciate all of your support, but I'll be back in June. I promise to put on a show."
Yeah, the experience has been great. I've got so much experience from Florida. I feel like it just puts me ahead of the game compared to the other fighters that are my age, with the same level of experience and stuff. And he just told me to always believe in myself.
It seems Colonel Moughton was hoping to fight on the June 15th undercard of Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, and the exact reasons remain unclear. When a fan suggested that Gervonta Davis might have been behind Moughton's absence, the lightweight champion responded sharply. So, why does this upset Tank so much? Many believe it's because Moughton is closely connected to his mentor, Floyd Mayweather Jr., and Davis and Mayweather are currently involved in a very public online feud. Michael Benson noted that Gervonta Davis fired back at Curmel Moughton today, adding more fuel to the ongoing rivalry. A screen grab showed a back-and-forth conversation online. When someone tweeted the full fight card for the Gervonta Davis and David Ben's twin main event, a user commented, "Bro, Tank really kicked Curmel Moughton out of the card." Curmel Moughton replied that he had another fight lined up and promised to share the details later, asking everyone to stay tuned. But shortly after, Gervonta Davis responded harshly, saying, "Next time, be a man of your own. Little clown dumbhead guy. Don't forget the reason why you're throwing up that ape stuff," referring to Moughton in a disrespectful way. Meanwhile, Gervonta Davis continues to make headlines for the wrong reasons. His performance against Roach in their first fight was heavily criticized, with some saying Tank wasn't motivated and didn't take the fight seriously. However, Roach gave an impressive performance. Reports say PBC was already looking for a new date for the rematch even before Davis was arrested. Davis reportedly stopped training for 3 weeks before his arrest after the June 15th incident. Because of this, it seems unlikely the rematch will happen.
For battery, domestic violence. Put your hands behind your back. You got handcuffs?
Hey,
PBC is trying to reschedule the fight for either August 23rd or August 30th, and they are currently looking into whether these new dates will work. With everything that has happened recently, many are wondering if Davis will be mentally ready for the rematch if it does happen on August 16th. The first fight between them took place in March and ended in a controversial majority draw. In the 9th round, Davis took a deliberate knee, which wasn't counted as a knockdown, leaving many in the boxing world confused. Roach gave Tank the toughest fight of his career and ended his perfect record. Davis now has a record of 30 wins and 1 loss with 28 knockouts, while Roach Jr. is 25 years old with 10 knockouts.
Tank can go get you if you're running away, because Tank is very good at knowing the distance where he has most leverage on his punches. If you think about Mike Tyson is strange to say, but he wasn't great with his power when he was very close on the inside. Mike Tyson was a mid-range puncher.
Lamont Roach proved he could handle Gervonta Davis's best punches and respond with strong counters that left Tank off balance. Because of this, fans are excited for the rematch. Their first fight in March ended in a controversial majority draw, with Davis keeping his WBA lightweight title. The second fight is planned for August 16th, and Roach has said it will definitely happen.
About some things, Tank Davis, he got arrested. I mean, any thoughts on that one?
He did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Yeah, just get your shit together, man. That's it, basically. Get your shit. You don't hit women, man.
It's well known that Terrence Crawford and Gervonta Davis don't get along. Their rivalry started during the build-up to Crawford's fight with Davis's then-close friend Errol Spence Jr. and has only grown stronger, especially because of the tension between Davis and Crawford's ally, Shakur Stevenson. The feud heated up earlier this year when Crawford jokingly mocked Davis, the WBA lightweight champion, for complaining about being left out of a Ring magazine event in London.
90 days home detention by serving at a four-season hotel and a $3.4 million penthouse rather than trainer Calvin Ford house as the judge agreed. This is the reason why Tank is not being jailed. Gervonta Davis' lawyer argued that the house was too small for security staff. Additionally,
today, Gervonta Davis was arrested for domestic violence. He's the champion in your division. What do you think about what's your reaction to that?
I don't know about that. I don't know Tank personally, and I really got nothing to say. I just wish him the best. Everything inside the ring, outside the ring.
Definitely. Shakur fights tomorrow. That's another.
Davis responded with personal attacks against Crawford and his family, quickly escalating their feud. A few months ago, Bud Crawford spoke about the Baltimore native's upcoming rematch with Lamont Roach Jr. on the Ring Champs with O and Barack podcast. While he recognized Roach Jr.'s strong performance in their first fight, Crawford expressed doubt that Roach could do as well in the rematch.
Unfortunately, Tank, he was arrested today. He had some personal incident. My question for you is the impact to his career. He's had these roller coasters, these ups and downs, and he's a star. What do you think about it?
I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, Tank, I've been saying he needs therapy. That's all I said.
I think Roach fought at his peak, Crawford said. I don't think he can fight any better than that. As for Gervonta Davis's current legal troubles, even Oscar de la Hoya has some advice for the 30-year-old. That's all for now. For the latest updates on boxing news, highlights, events, and more, stay connected by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss our quality content. Until next time, peace.